EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's the opening round of the Pittsburgh Invitational. It is one of the most difficult golf courses in the United States. Oakmont Country Club outside Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, who was a part of that dramatic U.S. Open in 1994 at Oakmont, ultimately won by Ernie Els. Frank, when you think of Oakmont, what comes to mind?
The difficulty of the golf course, Rich. I know a lot's changed over the last 20 or so years. A lot of the trees have been removed. But really, that wasn't the story of Oakmont. It's the slick greens, how firm and fast they can be. The members there, for example, they marvel at the fact that people think they're fast. They say, we putt on these greens every single day, and they're certainly no slower. But it's the bunkering as well. There's 210 bunkers here. They're all in play. And it just has that history. When you step on Oakmont, you just know you are walking on not one of the great courses in North America, but one of the great courses in golf.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. A lot of great golf early on. Let's get you out to the action at the fifth. As we catch up with today's featured golfer, Frank, what's the key to generating some momentum?
Just hitting good shots. I know it sort of sounds like the old cliche, but plenty of opportunities. A few 10, 15-foot putts start going down. This round will change dramatically.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Chance to get on a real roll.
And with that birdie, moves into a tie for the lead.
We've got ourselves a battle right now, Rich.
And now to the par 3 sixth here at Oakmont, measuring in at just under 200 yards. for birdie after that beautiful shot. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
And another good par.
All set here at the par 4 7th. Frank, what do players need to look out for off the tee?
It's a rather intimidating tee shot there, since the trees have all been removed that used to be very, very close to this fairway. 3 bunkers down the right side, another 2 on the left. They've either got to be somehow threaded in between, or the longest hitters might just get to squeeze it past.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Second shot here at the par 4 7th.
Should be safely on deck.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Did the job right there.
Rich, in that great opportunity, name on top of the leaderboard. It is only round 1.
Good place to be. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational. And hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. We are at Oakmont Country Club in western Pennsylvania. Frank, the site of so many historic moments. Great players have made their mark here. Sam Snead, Ben Hogan, Jack Nicklaus, Ernie Els, a long and distinguished list.
Oakmont, if it's not the most difficult golf course in North America, Rich, it's certainly one of the most difficult golf courses. With its 210 bunkers, really personified by the church pews, the hard and slick greens that slope away from the player and the tight fairways, this golf course always requires the utmost precision.
Appears to be tracking well. Watches that one go in as well to get to -3 for the championship. The par 3 8th. This is where Angel Cabrera, Sunday at the U.S. Open in 2007, made a deuce, and it was set up to play at 300 yards on that final day. This is all you want, Frank, at a par 3.
Yeah, it was the first 300-yard par 3 ever in a U.S. Open.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. So coming off the birdie on the previous hole, a chance now for yet another one.
And momentum all in his favor.
You always like that. Count it as a birdie. Rounding out the front nine here at Oakmont, Frank, it looks to be straight away, uphill. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, there certainly is. Years gone by, this was a par 5 for the US Opens of yesteryear. Par 5 still for the members. And the reason why is it's a little bit uphill, semi-blind tee shot, bunkers left and right, and of course rough if you miss those. This is one of those holes, even though it's a par 4 now, you miss the fairway here, you are not reaching this green in 2.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Good-looking shot right here. What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea.
Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second nine.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
Take a look now at the 10th hole, Frank. Par 4, 462 yards.
Yeah, this one can play a lot of different distances. And the reason why is if you can sneak a driver to catch the downslope, it can run all the way down. You can have just a wedge in here. You're not as fortunate and you leave it hanging up on that hill. It plays a good 200 yards for your second. Got to be careful here. Downhill, he's got to time it good because your weight's a little bit more on your front foot.
Oh, bravo, こんばんは、アンダーバー。
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. This is a pretty good performance right here. 6 under for the tournament. There you have it. The second round is complete. Another solid effort put together, and it shows on the scorecard.
And after 2 rounds, you really start to see not only who's playing well, but who's consistent.
Nice, bravo. "こんばんは、お疲れ様です。
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today it's live third-round coverage of the Pittsburgh Invitational. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Novola. We are back in the state of Pennsylvania getting set to kick off the round here at one of the great golf courses in the world, Oakmont Country Club. Frank, you're very familiar with it because you were right in the mix down the stretch at the 1994 U.S. Open right here at Oakmont.
And Rich, it's so good just to be back here. You know, there's so much history in Oakmont. It's been a host to so many prestigious tournaments in our sports, such as the U.S. Amateur, the U.S. Open, the Women's U.S. Open, and the PGA Championship. It's just one of the true gems on the
今日
golf
疲れてな
landscape.
いわよ。バイオハザードしてないから、わら。
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding
な
play.
るほど、
Oh,
わ
it's
ら。
almost a guarantee
Nice
there after that
shot.
shot. Even par currently.
So close. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
He'll take par and move on.
わら。
Frank, what's the pros' take on the first par 3 here at Oakmont, the 6th, at just under 200 yards?
Oh, it's a real beauty. Very narrow in the front. You can see how it pinches in so close. It starts to widen up, but even to try and carry that bunker on the right side, there's very few players in the world that could hit it that high and manage to stop the ball in that corner. Once again, you're trying to thread it through that avenue at the front of this green. It's a tough par 3.
Don't want to miss it right here.
No.
This could be a good one. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Man,
I just pushed it.
boy, that hurts. He has this attempt for par.
No, really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
And we've come to the par 4 7th. It is
Nana.
434 yards. This is when the game is fun, Frank, when you get one high in the air and you have a down breeze and you just watch it. It stays in the air forever.
Yeah, the hang time on that.
Another good swing, and it
Oh,
looks
bravo,
like, Frank,
bravo,
another really
bravo.
good shot. That's another green hit in regulation, and that has been the story all day, just wearing out the center of that club face. Par yesterday, now for birdie.
Voilà.
Sinks the putt for birdie. We're at the 8th at Oakmont, a famous hole. And Frank, it's not often we say of a par 3 that it is a beast, but the 8th at Oakmont is just that.
Yeah, you can imagine a 300-yard par 3 to a flat green. That would be hard enough. But imagine a 300-yard par 3 at a US Open to a green that goes up at the front and then crowns at the top and then slips away at both sides. That's the 8th hole.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Continues to roll it very well all day long.
わお、惜しい。
Here we are at the 9th, par 4, 477 yards. Frank, this is a rugged hole.
It is. It used to be a par 5. Some say it should still be a par 5. Long, straight
Nice.
hole, runs alongside the first hole there. Bunkers left and right. And, of course, if you find the rough, the remnants of what it used to be a par 5 is that nice little cross bunker in the middle of the fairway, which forces you to lay up.
That's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
And no other way to say it, Frank. That's just an awful shot.
Bad.
No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
ナイスブラボー。にっこり。
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's the final round of the Pittsburgh Invitational. It is one of the most difficult golf courses in the United States. Oakmont Country Club outside Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novello, who was a part of that dramatic U.S. Open in 1994 at Oakmont, ultimately won by Ernie Els. Frank, when you think of Oakmont, what comes to mind?
The difficulty of the golf course, Rich. I know a lot's changed over the last 20 or so years. A lot of the trees have been removed. But really, that wasn't the story of Oakmont. It's the slick greens, how firm and fast they can be. The members there, for example, they marvel at the fact that people think they're fast. They say we putt on these greens every single day, and they're certainly no slower. But it's the bunkering as well. There's 210 bunkers here. They're all in play. And it just has that history. When you step on Oakmont, you just know you are walking on not one of the great courses in North America, but one of the great courses in golf. Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Made par yesterday, this one for birdie. really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. All teed up at the 15th. It's a par 4 of 499 yards. What a test here, Frank.
It certainly is. The tee shot here is a little bit like the par 5 12th, where the fairway slopes quite severely from left to right. It means the pews there on the left side are actually not a bad place to aim at. You just have to allow for that kick and roll towards the right. That's a ginormous tee shot.
It's a big shot right here, second to the 15th hole. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Just a little tap in here. And it drops for birdie. Yet another demanding hole here at Oakmont. Par 3 16th, 231-yard par 3. Frank calls for a well-struck long iron.
It certainly does. It's going to favor something that's hit a little higher and a little softer. If you could just mentally cut this green in half and just sort of look at the left half of this green, that's really the best way to play this hole. And the reason why is the general contours all move to the right. That ball can still funnel down to the right side of the green.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie.
Really? This is an awkward length.
Ooh, so close. Just a little too much juice on that birdie putt, Frank.
It was bold, very bold.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Good putt. 17th hole at Oakmont, par 4. Only 313 yards, and yet, Frank, it was so pivotal. The last U.S. Open played here in 2007.
It was pivotal for a lot of different reasons. Strategy being one. Some elected to go down the right side with just a mid-iron. Others went directly at the green, did not get the ball up and down. Furyk and Tiger Woods come to mind in that situation. You can see the green's just perched up there. If you do lay it up, you don't quite get a full look at this green because you have to lay it up down that right side.
Pure strike, good result.
Right, and that is close.
リートワン、早く北米アカウント作って世界のユーザー
This
さ
one
んと
just
して
requires a little bit of focus. Wow, I didn't expect that. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. Great finishing hole here at Oakmont, Frank, the 18th.
I remember back in 1994, this was the last hole in a US Open ever played by Arnold Palmer. You couldn't pick a better finishing hole to win a championship or say farewell.
わら、半濁点を半濁点、わら。
Now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
は、じゃなくて、わら。
Good swing, good shot yet again. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
So a tester from 4 feet. It happens sometimes, Frank. They don't all drop.
No, but you try telling him right now.
わら。
Has this to save par. Good effort and a good par putt.
Rich, it came down to just a shot or two here or there, but we were treated some amazing golf this week.
Just one player standing.
わら、じゃなく
That
て、
was
わら。
earned, well deserved, beautifully played.
「オークモント C」「C」は難しい。という私も北米作ってないけどね、わら。
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Northeast Invitational. Frank, this game has taken us all over the world to some absolutely beautiful spots, and this is one of the prettiest I've seen in a long time, the cliffs at Lighthouse Point along the eastern coast of Maine.
Yeah, it's always fun when we head up in the northeast area. Golf's been in this area for a long, long time. This golf course hasn't. Rather than new design by Brandt and Patel, and it's lengthy, 7,700 yards. You'll get to hit just about every club in the bag, so good test today.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Good-looking shot right here. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Weight 班が何強いて言ったら私は無理だわ。
Birdie looked like a sitter. Now par. Even par currently.
That's a par. That keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round.
もう一試合行きますよ。わ
A
ら。
lot of great golf early on. Let's get you out to the action at the fifth. Early in the round, still holding steady, even par on the day.
Yeah, it's got that feel it could go either way here. Next few holes will probably tell us which way.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
OK。
I tell you, there's long and long, and that with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Frank, all of a sudden, another player to factor in on this leaderboard.
And things are starting to tighten up right now. Going to see where the next move comes from.
Moving on to hole number 6, par 3 of 198 yards. Headed to the right, just a tad. That will be a great look at birdie. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
That was a nice birdie, and no doubt he's feeling pretty good about his position on this leaderboard.
A series of good holes in a row has got him to this point.
Now to the 7th hole here at Lighthouse Point. Frank, we all love the shorter par 4s.
There's so many decisions to be made here at 7. If you look at the scorecard, it's not very long, but when you start to flash your driver down that right side, you'll notice that fairway gets very narrow. So the decision is really that's the prudent play or not. From there, it's just a short iron in, and you should be looking at birdie.
Can't ask for much more here at the 7th. He has hit a good one. Chance to get it close here. Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. So through one round, Frank, our leader really put on a good show today.
They certainly did, Rich. It was truly a great performance, especially from tee to green. It's not easy to come out of the gates like that.
Nice bravo. Thank you.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Northeast Invitational. Always a pleasure to be along the coast of Maine, Lighthouse Point to be exact. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Frank, this is sure to be another exciting day of golf out there. What are the challenges facing our players today?
The length of the golf course for a start, Rich. This golf course just under 7,700 yards. It's one of the longest ones you'll play. And of course the cliffs, that's why it's called this, they certainly are in play. There is one double green out there, that's the 10th and the 13th hole, they share the same green. Lots of great design features, and you've got it on a prime day in great condition. So enjoy the round and make sure you feast on the vistas as well.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. And getting ready for the putt. Starting to pile up the birdies. 5 under par for the tournament. 7th hole at Lighthouse Point is only 370 yards. Frank, are you happy if you walk out of here with anything other than birdie?
If you hit the fairway, you definitely should be looking at birdie. But the biggest problem here is to decide, Rich, what club to hit off the tee. You could hit a multitude of clubs here. Further up you go, the narrower this fairway gets.
Bravo.
Setting up for an approach shot here. Strong winds continue to be a factor. Frank, I know you've played all over the world. How much did you enjoy the challenge of playing into a stiff breeze?
Well, it was a chance to separate yourself from the rest of the field, Rich. Just like these conditions we're seeing right now. You've really got to be smart. Pick the right shot. If you get too aggressive on a day like today, you'll pay a far more severe price than normal.
Club selection obviously is crucial.
Oh, it's imperative today.
Take an extra club or two, choke down.
Very much so.
Well, he gave us a demonstration today why he's one of the best in the sport. Every green hit in regulation. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, trying for another one today. This is a pretty good performance right here. 6 under for the tournament. Another par 3. We're at the 8th. It is only 165 yards.
英語を読み上げしないね。ブラボー。
It is a windy day out here, Frank. My hat just blew off. This is going to affect the players' shots, that's for sure. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Chalk that up as a birdie for the scorecard. We move to the ninth hole and we begin to go inland, Frank. I'll miss some of the views along the ocean. I won't miss the nerves with the potential of a golf ball sailing off into the Atlantic Ocean. That said, par 5, you think about a scoring opportunity, but then I look at the scorecard and it says this is the number 6 handicap hole. That's pretty tough.
It is, and the reason why is there's trouble both sides of this fairway, and that's normally sand and cliffs, and the designer's really thrown the boat out, excuse the pun. We are on the coastline here. This whole dog legs to the left, and ideally you just sort of like to go fairway, fairway pitch. That's the prudent way to play the hole, but of course everybody likes to chance the driver and reach the par 5 and 2. Miss, pay the price.
スプレンディッド。
Frank, this really is kind of a good lesson. You and I had said earlier that it looked gloomy, but you dig in, you keep fighting, and something good happens.
You have to credit his composure.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Wow, Nate Siegel makes everybody else look sort of average, Frank.
And look at the size of that lead on the leaderboard now.
Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back nine, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way.
Oh, he loves that one. You can see it. This one is high, it is deep, and it is gone. See if our featured golfer can get a little something positive going here, Frank. It has been a miserable day.
Yeah, things have just appeared too tough. So really just somehow just eradicate everything you've been thinking right now. Realize this green's big enough. Just get something on the green. Opportunity maybe for a birdie.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That is classy.
No chance of going in.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for
ゴル
birdie.
フオブバイチューイズトゥーグッド。
Really starting to shine. Moves to 10 under for the tournament.
Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament.
ブラボー、ブラボー、ブラボー。ありがとう、わら。
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. It's third round coverage of the Northeast Invitational. 12th hole now, and Frank, the long hitters could have an advantage here.
If they want to take a very dangerous line over that left side, this is really where the shot maker has the advantage, that hole bending completely to the left. You'd like to hit a draw there, so use those bunkers down the through side of the fairway and then just sort of shape that ball towards the green. Interesting shaped green, really 3 different sections to this, and of course 3 bunkers, each protecting a different portion.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That's how the game is played, right there.
Oh, he's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
This would be nice. 2 straight birdies. Beautifully done. Nice birdie. On to the 13th, and Frank, I love golf courses where you run into something you've never seen before. I have never played a par 5 of 700 or more yards. Here it is.
Yeah.
Wow, smoked that tee shot. And from the fairway for his second shot here.
I'm loving that balance.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Players bracing against these strong, gusty winds. Really a challenge out there. What a shot. Perfectly placed right next to the hole. Just a tap in to finish the hole. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Now at the par 3 14th, over another body of water. Frank, you could make some big numbers on this golf course. I would think if you walk out of here today having shot under par, you have to be really happy.
Certainly is big boy golf playing around the cliffs at Lighthouse Point, Rich. And this is another example here. This BP par 3, 240 yards. You can see Lake Zimmer protects the front of this green and to the right. And that's obviously where they get all their irrigation water from. But it's enough green left of the flag here. That's really what you've got to be looking at, that front left section.
It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. Will make birdie if he holds this putt. You'll love them, the birdies, and that's another one. The round continues at Lighthouse Point, and Frank, the 15th hole is a par 4, only 387 yards.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Getting set now over the putt. He's made it. There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should it be an absolute thriller.
今日もウミンゴル入らないの。終わり次第です。わら。
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the start of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's the final round of the Northeast Invitational. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my colleague Frank Nobilo here today calling the action from the cliffs at Lighthouse Point. And Frank, this course features some breathtaking scenery.
It certainly does, Rich. Changes of elevation, and it's in phenomenal shape. We've got to send our thanks out to the superintendent, Peyton Duncan, who's got the course exactly primed. You should enjoy it. You should enjoy the views. Take your camera as well. This is very scenic up in New England. Second shot.
Konbanwa. ウィート班のコメントがやたら早い。いらっしゃいませ、こんばんは。おマリアさんもおりますね。 ミネーターシャン、こんばんは。
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday.
ビートさんどうもです。
And he has it for birdie. Time to make a move, the closing stretch here at number 16, par 3, 241 yards.
マリアさん、ターミネーターシャンってわら。噛みましたが。シャン、わら、噛んだ、わら。
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
うまし。
Continues to roll it very well all day long. Well, Frank, I love this par 5 17th. Not only is it fun to play, but if you head over the Juniata Crossway Bridge ahead, you can find Brent's Lobster Shack, which is one of the best lobster rolls I have ever had. And you know, they specialize in that up here in Maine. But what a hole. Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Now the second shot to the par 5. Frank,
ビートハンの手元狂うわね、わら。
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
上手に注意。
Frank, we've made it to the finishing hole. If you're having a good day, you stop and you reflect for just a moment. The beauty surrounding you, how well you've played. If it hasn't gone all that well, you're thinking about jumping on the Juniata Crossway Bridge off to the left and getting out of Dodge. Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. To win the Northeast Invitational. continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. What a great tournament finish. This one is in the books, and look who finished on top of the leaderboard.
Rich, this has to go down as a classic. Our champion was simply on fire. And I'm looking forward now to see how next week pans out.
ありがとうございました。そらそうだわよ。自慢じゃないけど、私の師匠ですもの。ミン GOL 行きます。ラジャー。また見てねー、にっこり。